Good morning or good afternoon, excuse me. I always get messed up. It's afternoon. And anyway, and I like that it's afternoon because I'm getting tireder by the minute here. Anyway, I wanted to bring a message, just a short message to you guys. And I was sitting here thinking and considering, and I was considering a verse that we hear from time to time, and but I was thinking about what it really meant, and so forth, and some other passages of scripture came up, and so I wanted to kind of share that. And the verse I'm talking about actually is there's power. There, we have the power of life and death in our tongues, and I wanted to talk about that. But in this whole thing, this thought, I brought up that we ought to really, consider and think about what we're going to say before we open our mouth and speak. If you look at uh, Proverbs 18, verses 4 through 7, we hear this: the words of a man's mouth are deep waters, a flowing river, a fountain of wisdom. It is not good to show partiality to the guilty by perverting the justice due to the innocent. A fool's lips lead to strife, and his mouth provokes a beating. A fool's mouth is his devastation, and his lips are a trap for life. Okay, so let's look at this. Here's the passage that I was talking about. And we find that in Proverbs chapter 18, 19 through 21. And it's interesting that all that this other passage was in the same chapter. But listen to what it says, starting in 19, in chapter 18, verse 19. An offended brother is harder to reach than a fortified city, and quarrels are like the bars of a fortress. From the fruit of the mouth, a man's stomach is satisfied. He is filled with the product of his lips. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Now, in this, really what he's saying, we have to make two choices. We really do. We have to make a couple choices. When I speak, what is my intention? What am I going for? What am I? Why am I opening my mouth to talk to someone? Is it to build others up, or is it to tear them down because we're angry? Because these are really the choices that we have, and really we're kind of narrowed down because Scripture tells us in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. Listen to this. No foul language is to come from your mouth, but only what is good for building up someone in need, so that it gives grace to those that hear. So that's what we're supposed to be doing. He's saying, don't get involved in this other words. You know, control yourself, control your tongue, and seek not to tear people down, but instead to build them up in grace. Build them up in the Lord. Help them along, just as you would want somebody to help you. You have a great, great day.